According to new data from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, there's been a big shift in how Americans envision their post-working years. And here with the details, we've got Yahoo Finance's Carrie Hannon. Hey, Carrie, what do we know here?
Hey, Brad. Yeah, this is significant. And in the last 5 years, the number of Americans who say that they will continue working after age 62 has dropped from 55% to 46%. So most Americans are saying, I'm out of here at 62 for full-time work. And, I think there are a couple of things behind that. If you kind of dig below it, although the researchers didn't say this specifically, but coming out of the pandemic, I think people had this opportunity to kind of shift to thinking about part-time work because more remote work was available. They started doing the soul searching, I call it the inner MRI, about what's really important to me? What do I want to do with my life? And have opted to say, they don't value work as part of that equation in the same way they once did. And so I think that in addition, the uptick in wealth, right? The markets have been pretty good. Retirement counts for some people are quite robust. So you got this urge to leave, right? But this is why I personally think this is a terrible idea. And a lot of the experts I talk to agree with me, unless you absolutely can't continue working because of a physical issue or you can't get a job because of ageism. And that's very real. But, it's a bad idea because in a sense that, most people are undersaved for retirement, right? Less than half of Americans think they have enough saved for retirement, according to a recent report by Schroders that came out last week. They have medical bills. If you leave at 62, you still have to foot your medical bills until 65 when Medicare kicks in. And even then, Medicare doesn't cover a lot of things. People are mistaken there. So Fidelity has a number that say from a couple that retired at 60, or an individual at 65 retired last year, might have $160,000 in medical expenses between now and the end of their life. Now, this is significant. So I think people don't factor in some of these things like inflation. And then, of course, longevity. We are living longer lives. And if you have to finance 3 decades of living, come on, that just makes me roll my eyes. You have to have been a pretty super saver and able to do that. And finally, look at inflation, right? Costs still, yes, things are toning down a bit, but they're still up and it's expensive. So Brad, that's sort of my take on this whole thing. But again, it is a surprising and significant shift.
We're living longer lives even without Tony Stark's arc reactor implanted in all of us here, Carrie. So what's behind this shift in people expecting to retire earlier?
Yeah, I think it is that idea of expectation. I think this is this desire to take control of our lives and really, embrace things that we weren't able to do during our working lives. And it certainly has been a dream for people for many, many years. I just think the financial realities today make it just a little more tricky for people. And the fact that, it has been difficult, saving, being undersaved is something that is quite, something people have to focus on. So if you want to hit that number and you're young enough, get going. Save hard, save fast, save long,